this, and then my eyes gonna be all jacked up, and then I'm gonna be. Do you ever watch when you put your elbow? Sorry. Yeah, you smell like candy. You ain't most of it, girl. Making them boys, she's making them boys, she's that. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in. If you coming in, come in. Nobody's here yet, so that's good. As y'all see, I didn't move much from this morning. Hey, Monica. Hey, Monica. Your other brother is upstairs in the bed, getting it together, pulling it together, slowly but surely. I had to make sure he was eating and cook him some food. Who else popped in here? Hey, sexy, too much for you. Hey, sexy, too much for you. How is it going? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm by myself again because y'all know Tramel is not feeling well. So, Joseph is on his own unless he makes a pop-up and comes downstairs, which he probably won't. You was good this morning. I never had to say your name or yell, don't start now. Hey, Monster. I am good. I am good, sexy. I am good. No. No, you was good this morning. So be good now. Definitely, you definitely will as soon as I get up off this live. Actually, if my husband is watching, Tramel, add sexy too much for you. Subscribe. If not, if he's not watching, which he probably is, but if he isn't, I'll do it as soon as I get up off this live. Jomel, enough is enough. Don't start. Don't start. I'll send you upstairs with your father. And you know you don't want to be up there with him. Because y'all know where you want to be. He's a mess. He's a mess. He was good this morning when I did the live. Now he want to act up. He slept right at my feet the whole time. So I figured, okay, I could go live again. He won't act up. And now you see for yourself. He's acting up. Hey, Leo. Hey, Leo. Since you say I ignore you when you come in the room. Hey, Leo. How you doing? Monica, he been out. He come strolling downstairs looking all sad like a wounded puppy. And I'm like, you okay? You alright? And he be like, yeah. Then I FaceTime him and be like, you good? He look like he dying. I'm hungry. I'm real hungry. So I had to cook something. Once one of my Facebook pages saw what I cooked. And I was mad because I had set my mind on some salmon cakes. Got in the cabinet. There was no salmon. So I'm like, okay, let's improvise. So everything I do to the salmon cakes, I just use tuna. And it actually came out banging. Thank you, sexy too much. Oh. So this was a really impromptu live. So I'm here for it. Shout out to the TBT squad. Y'all know I love all y'all. Wanston, Leo, Monica, Anita, you know I love y'all. And again, if you're not following all of them, when this live is done, go in the description box and you will find all the links to their pages so you can join and watch all of the TBT squad. We're actually all good, you know. So I'm trying to think if I'm trying to keep this PG like I did this morning or just be Joseph and get raw. But somehow, y'all like when I'm raw. Y'all like when I just let it go and let my mouth do all the talking. So I can read the comments now because I really am like, wasn't planning on going live again, but I did. Sometimes I feel lost without Tramel because we play off of each other. Like this morning, doing coffee with the Kingz I felt really by myself because I've never done coffee with the Kingz by myself without him. So I didn't even have I had coffee, but I wasn't drinking it because that was like my second cup by the time I got on. BJ, Wonston, I don't know how to be nobody else but me. I try to tone it down in the morning because we all about the positivity and stuff. But y'all know my mouth get a little raw and my mouth can get a little, like tomorrow night when we do our regular show at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Q&A with the Kingz, the questions I'm getting. I know I'm going to piss people off with my answers. I don't know how Tramella's going to answer these questions, but I've already seen them because I take them from the email and put them in my phone so I can read them from my phone. And some of these questions about George Floyd and what our opinions are about certain things and how we feel about certain things, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I know I put up a post today on Facebook that said our people, meaning black people, when we don't say what they want us to say or move the way they want us to move, they say that we the problem. But that's what makes me me and makes you you. I'm not saying that you're wrong because you believe what you believe and you do what you do. So don't feel like I'm wrong because I believe what I believe and I do what I do. But a lot of people nowadays, I don't know when this came into existence, but everybody feels like if you don't feel what they feel, if you don't believe what they believe, if you don't move the way they want you to move, then you're the problem. In actuality, they're the problem. Because nowhere in this world was it said that we all had to do the same things and we all had to like the same things and we all had to say the same things and things of that nature. So, it's too much. It's way too much. And that's why I kind of stay to myself because I've always been my own individual. If we happen to move the same way, then so be it. If we don't, we don't. It's just what it is. It's just really what it is. And, I feel right now there's an outrage that should be happening because I saw a video. We're going to talk about that. I saw a video. I don't know what was really... There's a couple of different stories behind this video of they hit the other person's car, whatever the case may be. But they jumped this black trans woman at a gas station severely. They jumped her. They was beating her. They was just beating her. Like, if you want to fight somebody and they hit your car, then fine, so be it. Man, woman, whatever. If you that enraged that somebody hit your car, so be it. But for a whole crowd of people to jump you because they feel that you're a trans woman and they knew she was a trans woman and it was the only people helping her was the owners of the store. And for me, that's like, hey Lawrence, for me, where's the outrage in that? Where's the outrage in... See, for me, I have a problem. Because the only time we protest and we walk and we have a voice is when a cop does something to us. And yes, they shouldn't be doing that because they're the police and they should know better and they need to better screen police and it's wrong. But where's the outrage, period, when we do something to each other? Where's that outrage? Why is it that all I'm going to get, God forbid, if Ray Ray decides to kill me, is a t-shirt with my face on it and then a makeshift, I want to say altar or memory in front of where he killed me? What is that? Where's the outrage that the same people that are out there protesting and rioting now, where's the same outrage when it happens in our community with each other? Where's the out? All of a sudden now, we so positive and we so this, and I watch people put up posts, oh, I support my fellow man, and I'm sitting there going, bitch, 2 weeks ago, you just told a bitch to jump off of a bridge because you didn't see him from a can of paint. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how all of a sudden now, we all so positive and we picking up our brothers and we helping our sisters when that's not the case. We all know that's not the case. It's not the case, but that's the narrative we want to spin now because now we mad. Now we upset. Now we trying to forget what we did a week and a half ago. We want to forget that 2 weeks ago when Mr. So-and-so said what he said to me, I told that bitch to go kill himself. Or when my cousin came to me asking me to please help them because they couldn't pay their rent. And I'm like, no, I ain't got it, but I got a bank full of money. You know, things like that. Where's that? Why is it always outrage when the outrage comes? Y'all didn't even, it just kills me. I get the frustration. I get the outrage. I get why we're mad. I get why we're burning things down. I get it. That's not what I'm saying. But that same energy we using for that, we need to use with each other. Because a lot of the times we are the problem. And we don't never want to accept that. We don't never want to see we the problem because we want to blame everybody else for what's wrong. Everybody else is to blame. Everybody else is to blame for what's wrong. But where the fault lies. If we had unity, if we could stick together besides things like this, it warms my heart to see so many white people out there who now see that it's a problem. It really is a problem. Now they watched a man die on somebody's live feed. They watch a black man die for no reason. They get it now. Not all of them, but a large majority of them get it. And when I saw a protest it was actually, I want to say it was in Denver, Colorado, where they were all laying on the ground and they were all saying, I can't breathe. When I looked at all the people, the majority of them were white. And like, it almost made me tear up a little bit because I'm like, damn, they get it. Finally, they get it. So I think now we are making progress because it can't just be a fight that we win by ourselves. It has to be an everybody fight that we win. Because as long as it's just us saying something is wrong, they're never going to fix it. But when other people from other races step up and say, this is wrong, this is so wrong what you're doing to them, then somebody has to create a table and have a conversation as to what can be done to fix this. And that should have happened years ago, a long time ago. But if 2020 is about change, that's what we all said. Everybody said 2020 was about change. Everybody saying, they think God is coming back because of the corona and because of what's going on. I view it in a different way. I view it as 2020 being a time for change. Things are going to change in a way probably that we never thought they would change. I personally don't think things are going to get worse, because if things get worse, child, it might as well just be a movie. We might as well just live in a movie script, for real. I think things are going to get a little better, slowly but surely, and little by little, gradually, we're going to live in a better world than what we were living in. Things are going to be different. Change is always going to happen. A lot of people don't like change. A lot of people is against change. You can't stop change. Change is going to happen regardless. Change is going to happen. You can't stop change. You just can't. You can't stop change. Change is going to just happen no matter what. It just is. And, people are afraid of it. Like, people would tell me, how can you just pick up and move to another place? Or Tremel too, because Tremel is like me. If he want to move, he move. People say, how can y'all just do that? How can you just pick up? I can't do that because you're scared of change. I'm not scared to walk in a new door and see what's on the other side. Because at the end of the day, guess what I could say? I did it. I'm not sitting there like most people say, I wonder if, maybe if I had, no, I do it. and one or two things happens. I sink or I swim. And as long as I sink my own ship, I'm okay. Because I ain't letting nobody else sink my ship. If I sink my own ship, I'm okay. Because guess what I could do? I could rebuild it and start sailing again. Or I could sit there and drown. But I've never been the person to drown. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what I got to do to pull myself out of wherever I'm at. But a lot of people need to learn to embrace change. And y'all know I'm not a real religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. And I just believe that faith that everybody talk about, they don't really step out on it. Because if you really stepped out on your faith, you would do what you had to do to make what it is that you want happen. And I'm guilty of that too. Because sometimes, like my mom used to tell me, she said, when you really want something, you just make it happen. She's like, it'd be no way possible. I'd be sitting there going, I don't know how he gonna do that, but whatever. She said, but you always pull it off. She said, and if you applied that to every aspect of your life, you would be unstoppable. But it's just, I don't know. Certain things, it ignites a spark in me, and I'm like, I'm going to get it. No matter what I have to do, no matter how I'm going to do it, I am going to get this, and this is going to happen for me. And if just thinking positive and manifesting it in my mind, because I will keep saying, I got it, I'm getting it, I got it, I'm getting it. And one time, God, please, blah, 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 this is what I want. After that, I'm not asking for it no more. And the next thing I'm doing is, thank you for giving me. Thank you for letting it happen. Thank you for letting me show up my first day on my new job. Thank you for letting me drive in my new car. Thank you for letting me get the keys to my new house. Every time. The first time, I'm asking for it. Every time after that, I'm thanking him for it, because that's how you manifest things into your life. But when you keep, how do you feel when somebody keep, could I have $10? I don't have it. Could I have $10? I don't have it. Could I have $10? I don't have it. Could I have 10? Didn't I tell you 2 days ago I didn't have it? What make you think I got it on the third day? A week from now, could I have $10? I don't have it. Why you keep asking me for the same thing? Don't you think God gets tired of you too? He told you he would give you all the blessings that are meant for you. So if he told you that and you believe it, then start thanking him in advance for it. Just thank him in advance. Every day you get up and go to that sorry, pitiful ass job that you know you can't quit because you got to pay your rent, or you got to feed your kids, or you got to make a car note. In all that misery, sit there the whole day and just say, God, I thank you for the day I don't have to come here. I thank you because you provided me with a new job. I thank all day long. And I guarantee you, you will get what you want. But it's the power of positive thinking. It's the power of manifesting things by what you think and what you say. If you keep, God, please give me another job. You know I hate it here every day. God, please give me another job. You know I hate it here every day. God, I gotta come back to this sorry, pitiful ass job. But think about it. You probably asked him for the job you mad at now. You probably prayed for the job you got now that he gave you, and now you hate what it is that you have. So instead of sitting there crying about something he gave you already that you asked for, thank him for the new thing. Just thank him for the new thing. I'm telling you what works for me. Everything ain't for everybody. And like, I had not an argument, but I had a conversation with somebody that was telling me, oh, do this, do that, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, God don't work for me that way. That might be what you do to get what you need, but God don't work for me that way. And whatever works for you, I'm just giving you tips on how to manifest things into your life by thanking him for it. The Bible says that all things give thanks. Didn't say only give thanks when you're happy. Didn't say only give thanks when your situation is what you want it to be. It's just is what it is. It just is what it is. And you know, I don't know. I don't feel like being raunchy, raw Joseph today. I don't. It just ain't in my spirit. I don't know why. It just ain't in my spirit to be that Joseph today. It's in my spirit to be this Joseph today. And I have to go with what I feel. I always go with what I feel. You know, normally when I do Joseph rants, I'm going off about something or something that makes sense to me or something that don't make sense to me. This is different. This is not a Joseph rant. This is just a Joseph trying to help somebody that needs the help, that wants the help, that needs inspiration. Um, I normally follow what I feel because when you don't, that's when things go awry, when things go astray. I don't have, Trumel here to be funny with me. I could be funny by myself, y'all know that. But, you know, he don't feel good. I be worried about my husband. Like he tells y'all, we take care of each other. We make sure each other is okay. Even if we ain't okay, we make sure each other is okay because that's the way it's supposed to be. And, I'm looking at the comments. Ain't that many comments up in this camp. I should do like we do on Q&A and let y'all ask me questions in the comments. That's what I should do. But some of y'all might ask some out off the wall questions, and y'all know. If you do, I'm gonna let you have it. No, I think everybody in here is somebody that is good people, not people that will make me curse them out, like sometimes people do. But you know. And see, you know what is more funny to me? People like mess. People love messiness. That's why reality TV is taking over. Because people like mess. And me and Trumel realized people like mess when our channel picked up because we were being messy. And that's not what we do. That's not who we are. But it happens. Even it happens to the best of us. It does. We were commentating on something that happened that somebody did in the public eye, and it just went from there because people liked the messiness of it all. And do you think the virus will get worse again? Oh, the virus is going to get worse again because all these people are out protesting and raiding and looting and doing what they're doing. And they acting like the coronavirus didn't even exist. Like the coronavirus ain't still here. Like there's a cure for the coronavirus. So it's definitely gonna get worse. But hey, some of them I see a mask, but a lot of the majority of them they don't have on no mask. They just in groups and groups and groups, breathing the same air. So it's gonna get probably worse again. Hopefully, prayerfully, it won't get worse. But, hey, what they're doing, they feel is more important than being safe with their own life. So, it is what it is. You can't tell people what to do with their life. I just wish it's more than about you. What people don't realize with the coronavirus, it's more than just about you. If you don't want to wear a mask, yesterday we went to Walmart and they stopped him and his wife, but she had a mask. He came up with some reason why he can't wear a mask, blah, 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 blah. They wasn't going to let him in the store, but privilege gets you in wherever you want when you don't follow the rules. So, of course, he's in the store, one of maybe nobody else that has on the mask, because up here in New York, it is illegal. It's illegal to go in the store without a mask. And they let him in anyway. They should have told him to sit his ass in the car until his wife finished shopping and doing what it was she had to do. But instead of creating a situation, they let him in. My thing is, what about all the rest of us? We all have on masks, but at the same time, if this man got the coronavirus, then what? We all contaminated now because y'all didn't want to tell him to sit his ass in the car till his wife came back because she had a mask. That's my problem. That's my problem with people and this mask thing. They're so worried about not wanting to wear a mask, but they're not realizing they're contaminating everybody else around them. It ain't about you with this situation. It's about everybody else. But, the The climate of the world today, people don't care about themselves. People only care about themselves, I should say. They don't care about nobody else. As long as they fine, that's all that matters. As long as they happy, that's all that matters. They don't care about nobody else but themselves, which is not cool. Not at all. Not in a situation like this. Not when there's a pandemic. Not when it only take you to infect somebody and they infect somebody and they infect somebody and it becomes a chain and a circle. And now your sick ass done infected 25,000 people because it's because of you while everybody else got it. Because you going to prove I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. But that's the way of the world today. People want to prove points. People want to prove points. I ain't got to do what you tell me to do. Then stay your ass the fuck home. Stay home. You don't want to do what they want you to do. Stay home. And at this point in the game, when it's kind of quieting down a little bit, now is when we all really need to be taking precaution. Now is when we all need to be, even if we wasn't doing it before, now is the time to do it because now it's quieting down a little bit. It's not as rampant. It's not as whatever as it was before. But no. Now is when they really want to act the fuck up. And they really want to, act the fool and do stuff like that. But, again, it is what it is. This is the world we live in. This is what we have to deal with. And it should be each one teach one. But it ain't that. Everybody's out for themselves. Everybody worried about themselves. Nobody cares about nobody else. Everybody just concerned about them, what they can get, what they can acquire, what they have. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And, when you meet the good ones, you stick with the good ones. And let everybody else do what they do. As long as you okay, and as long as you make sure you're safe and your family is safe, that's all you can do nowadays. Back in the day, I remember growing up, if a neighbor saw me doing wrong, the first thing they did was tell my grandmother, I saw JoJo doing such and such. Nowadays, that ain't what people do. People will be like, see your child do wrong, let them, and then when something happened, go, well, if she knew what her child was doing, they wouldn't have ended up there. But bitch, you saw them doing it. So why didn't you tell her? Why didn't you go to her and tell her, listen, I saw little Renajane doing such and such and so and so. Yes, I said Renajane. Renajane doing such and such and so, so that her mother could stop her. Or that her mother, at least her mother would know. Even if her mother didn't say nothing to her, her mother would know. But no, y'all want to have something to talk about. Y'all want to have something to laugh at her about. So y'all don't tell her mother. Y'all tell everybody else in the hood. Guess what I saw little Renajane doing? And maybe somebody will feel bad for her mother and tell her mother. But the majority of people are going to sit there and not tell. In this day and age, they're not going to tell. They're going to wait till something happened to the little Renajane. And then they're going to talk about, well, if her mother knew what she was out there doing, why didn't you tell her? Why didn't you help her out? Maybe she worked all day long and she came home from work and she tired and all she could do is cook her kids food. Maybe she worked and maybe you sitting home all day looking out the window, minding everybody else's business while she really out working, doing something constructive with her life and you're not. So you can tell her what's going on. Ooh, that brings up another good point, but I can't talk about that right now because that's one of the questions for tomorrow. And that's why I'm kind of pulling back because I'm thinking about these questions that came in and I'm kind of starting to answer some of them without answering them. And I don't want to do that because I want y'all to be good and informed tomorrow. But my thing is, each one teach one, help a sister out. Especially if you know that these women are working. Every woman is not going to just assume you're out to hurt her or her child. A lot of people want the help because they cannot be there. They don't have eyes all over their heads. They're not sitting home all day like you to see what their kids are doing. Or your kids is in school with them coming home telling you about them. Tell her. Or at least tell your kids to give them good information. I know my sister does that. My niece tells her stuff, and she's like, Mom, don't call their mom, blah, 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 blah. But you know what my sister does? Because she don't want to break that trust, what she'll do is tell my niece, well, when they bring it up again, or if they tell you again, tell them this. Tell them to do this. Tell them to reach out here. Tell them to go there. You know what I'm saying? So still, she's helping the situation through my niece, telling them to do the right thing. But y'all don't even do that. Y'all just be like, well, don't tell nobody what you know and just keep it to yourself and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to be a snitch. Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, that wasn't the way it was back in the day. You know how many women and men I used to be mad that would come and tell my grandmother they saw me doing something outside that they felt I shouldn't be doing and I got my ass whipped? You know how many people did that? Nowadays, don't nobody do that. Nobody does that nowadays. Because don't nobody care nowadays. They too busy worried about their own, worried about their life, worried about where they getting their next Gucci bag, Louis Vuitton bag, Fendi bag, what man they gonna trick to get it. The dudes only worried about who they about to sleep with, who they about to give it to. It ain't like back in the day. It just ain't like back in the day. So the older generation needs to realize that, and you just gotta take care of your own and make sure you got your own under lock and key. And it's hard going to work. I know my mom was a single parent and she worked every day of her life until she was able to retire before she died. And she made sure me and my sister was okay. She did her best to make sure we had what we wanted. So I know what it is. I'm not talking off the top of my head and I just had a mother that had my father there and they were doing it together as a happy. No. She made sure my sister did not get pregnant before my sister stayed. She didn't get pregnant until she got married. And that was even 2 years after she was married, I believe, or maybe a year. But it was when she got married that she decided to have a baby. And even then, she didn't decide to have a baby. That's a funny story. She took the pregnancy test and called me and said, Joe, I'm going to call these people and get my money back. I said, why? She said, because I took a pregnancy test. And it's broke. I said, what do you mean it's broke? She said, it says I'm pregnant, and I ain't pregnant. And I bust out laughing. I said, well, no, they like 99% accurate now. She said, that's a lie. I'm not pregnant. She said, I'm going to get another one. She would have brought another one, and of course, came back pregnant. She was in a state of shock. My mother was ecstatic, but my sister was in a state of shock because she's like, I'm not pregnant. So, you know, it just, me, I'm a black man, ain't never been in jail, thank God. Ain't never been locked up, ain't never committed a crime, none of that. You can make it so that your kids are not a product of their environment. You just have to instill the values in them. And I tell people all the time, you know, I couldn't wait to grow up and get out of church and stop going to church and do my own thing, especially being a preacher's son and going to church 8 days a week. And my grandmother was the mother of the church. So you knew I was in church. So I couldn't wait. I said, I can't wait till I could go out and everything they tell me that I can't do and I shouldn't do, I'm going to do it. And God knows I did that and then some. I did. And somebody asked me why preachers' kids are the worst. Because we're told we can't do nothing. We have to be perfect little sunshines for the congregation. And most of you know that the preacher's kids are the worst. Most of the preacher's daughters end up pregnant. Most of the preacher's sons end up with babies before they're married. Because we have to be perfect. We have to be these perfect little pawns for them. I always kept my dirt away from where I lived and my grandmother just out of respect because I didn't want anybody to come back and say, I saw your grandson and I did this and I did that and da-da-da-da-da. Because, you know, they were waiting. They were waiting. Because all my grandmother did was talk about God, 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 God. And, you know, I did my dirt away from the home. I did my dirt out in the streets. That if you saw me, the next question should have been, well, why were you there? You know, I did it like that. And I've done it all. I've done it all. Everything they told me not to do, I did it because I wanted to know why I shouldn't do it. Thank God that I'm here today. Thank God I ain't never been hooked on drugs. Thank God. I just been safe. I've been safe. And hey, outside the crown. And, you know, hey, Donna. He should be back with me tomorrow morning. But, you know, it just is what it is, y'all. You got to take care of you and yours. Make sure you and yours is well. Make sure your family is well. And unfortunately, that's the way of the world today. And if you want to reach out and help somebody else out, that's not a problem. Believe me, I'm sure they'll take the help. Ain't nobody going to tell you no. They ain't going to tell you no. They ain't going to reach out to help you, but they ain't going to tell you no. So, you know how that goes. She's one of my family members starting a new YouTube channel, and she is wanting to grow. Who, Monica? Outside the crown? Hey, outside the crown. I will subscribe to you once I get off this live. Definitely once I get off this live. And y'all, like I said, this was an impromptu live. I wasn't planning on going live, but I went live. Anyway. Okay, Monica, I will subscribe. Okay, I will subscribe as soon as I get off here. Hey, Nicole W. I'm sorry I missed you. I haven't been reading the comments. So hello to everybody watching. Hello to all the new subscribers that follow the McRaeKingz and follow me and Tramel. If you're new, I'm sure if you watch some of the videos, you've seen Tramel in the videos today. Tramel is not feeling well, so he hasn't been in the video with me today, but he says he'll be back tomorrow. So look for us in the morning after Anita. When she comes on, please, please, please make sure you follow everybody in the TBT squad. All their links will be in our description box. That would be, yo, it's your boy Leo. It's me, Wanston. Yes, honey. MJ&J Family Mukbang. And I believe it's Living Life with Anita. I believe. Her link is in my description box. All the TBT squad family is in the description box. Definitely, we do a whole morning, positive morning thing so you can start your day off positively. And, you know, it is all good. It is what it is. Please, please, please make sure you follow me and Tramel on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our name is the same across every platform. If you like to listen to podcasts or you want to hear me and Tramel say when you're driving or when you're just out and about taking a walk, you can definitely do that as well. You don't have to just find us on YouTube. You can definitely go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts can be heard. Type in the McRaeKingz and you can listen to our podcast platform as well. The podcasts are a lot different than the lives, especially I heard Wanston say this morning about church hurt. We did a whole podcast on church hurt and how church hurt affected me and how church hurt affected Tramel and how church hurt affects a lot of people. So definitely check out the podcast if you want, because sometimes you don't feel like sitting down watching. Sometimes you want to walk or you want to cook or you want to do something else and just listen. You definitely could do that, again, on Apple, Google, and Spotify. Actually, we can be heard on anywhere podcasts can be heard, but those are like the main ones most people have, because most people have an iPhone, an Android phone, or a lot of people subscribe to Spotify for the free music. So one of those three, you can listen to me and Tramel. Just type in the McRaeKingz. Guarantee you'll like them. They're different from our YouTube content. We have a whole set of interviews with black married couples. It's called Love and Marriage series, where it's not necessarily an interview, it's more of a conversation that we have with other married couples and get their ideas and views on marriage, and we go back and forth in the conversation. We ask them questions, they ask us questions, just to give normalcy to gay and lesbian marriage. because a lot of people think that it's for play, when it's no different than a man and a woman being married. It's the same thing. We go through the same things. Love is love, period. Um, and make sure you stay tuned for us in the morning, probably around 11:30, around 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock every morning after Anita. And make sure you always tune in on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for Q&A with the Kings. And in the mornings, it's Coffee with the Kings. We started doing that again. That was our biggest show when we was on Facebook, was Coffee with the Kings. And we do Q&A with the Kings Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll see you there tomorrow for Q&A with the Kings. Again, if you have any questions that you want me and Tramel to answer on Q&A, our email is in the description box, but the email is TheMcRaeKingz with a Z, corner@gmail.com. Email us a question. We never divulge who sends the questions. We just read the questions and we answer them. We answer them honestly, the way we feel they should be answered. So definitely do that, because without the questions, we can't do Q&A. And like Winston and Leo, they're going to go live on their anniversary. Tramel's and my 2-year anniversary is on June 30th. That Tuesday we will be live. We will have a little anniversary party. If you were there, you saw me live on my birthday, for my birthday, when Tramel almost dropped the cake. So let's see what happens at our anniversary party. Let's see if he drops that cake. Because if you saw my virtual birthday party, that right at the end when he was holding the cake, it went shaboing and almost flew if we didn't have a table right there. But it was fun. It was funny. Hope you guys enjoyed me today by myself. Like I said, Tramel will be back tomorrow. And on that note, let me see. Anybody say anything? I have connected to you. I'm such grateful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, and on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live the only way I know how, by telling you to walk in peace, love, happiness, and sunshine. And I don't even know why I got to say it, because you know what I'm going to say. It's TheMcRae all damn day. Peace, y'all.